Imagine this. You're sitting in a meeting at work and your boss asks for ideas. You have a great one, but you hesitate. You think, what if it's not good enough? What if they judge me? So, you stay silent. Sound familiar? You're not alone. In fact, studies show that 85% of people worldwide struggle with self-doubt at some point. But here's the thing. Self-confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. And today, we're going to talk about how you can build it, step by step. The science of self-confidence. It's not what you think. Let's start with the science. Did you know that self-confidence isn't about being the loudest person in the room or having all the answers? It's about believing in your ability to figure things out. Researchers at the University of Melbourne found that people with higher self-confidence are more likely to take risks, recover from failure, and achieve their goals. But here's the kicker. Self-confidence isn't fixed. It's a skill you can develop, just like learning to play the guitar or cook a gourmet meal. Asterisk, take the story of Sarah, a software engineer from San Francisco. Sarah used to freeze up during presentations, convinced she wasn't smart enough. But she started small by volunteering to speak in smaller team meetings. Over time, she built her confidence muscle. Today, she's leading company-wide trainings. The key, she didn't wait to feel confident. She acted her way into confidence. Asterisk, comparison trap. Why social media is killing your confidence? Asterisk, here's a hard truth. Social media is a confidence killer. A study by the American Psychological Association found that people who spend more than 2 hours a day on social media are 3 times more likely to feel inadequate. Why? Because we're constantly comparing our behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. Think about it. When was the last time you posted a photo of yourself crying over a failed project? Exactly. Asterisk. Let's talk about Jake, a college student from Chicago. Jake spent hours scrolling through Instagram, convinced everyone else had it all together. But then he did something radical. He deleted the app for 30 days. During that time, he focused on his own goals, like finishing a novel he'd been working on. By the end of the month, he felt more confident than ever. Why? Because he stopped comparing himself to others and started investing in himself. The power of body language. Fake it till you make it. Did you know that your body language can actually change how you feel? Harvard researcher Amy Cuddy found that standing in a power pose for just 2 minutes can increase your confidence and reduce stress. It's called fake it till you make it, and it works. When you stand tall, make eye contact, and smile, you send a signal to your brain that says, I've got this. Asterisk. Take Emily, a sales manager from Austin. Before every big meeting, she spends 2 minutes in the bathroom standing like Wonder Woman. She says it's like flipping a switch. It instantly makes her feel more confident. And guess what? Her sales numbers have skyrocketed. So, the next time you're feeling nervous, try striking a power pose. It might just change your day. The role of self-talk, how to silence your inner critic. Here's something we don't talk about enough. The voice in your head. You know, the one that says, you're not good enough or you're going to fail. That voice is your inner critic, and it's a major confidence killer. But here's the good news. You can silence it. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, teaches us that we can challenge negative thoughts and replace them with positive ones. Asterisk, meet Alex, a teacher from Seattle. Alex used to beat himself up over every little mistake, but then he started journaling every night, writing down 3 things he did well that day. Over time, his inner critic got quieter and his confidence grew. So, the next time that voice starts nagging, ask yourself, is this thought helpful? Is it true? If not, replace it with something positive. The importance of preparation. Confidence comes from competence. Here's a secret. Confidence comes from competence. The more prepared you are, the more confident you'll feel. Think about it. When you've practiced a presentation 10 times, you're less likely to feel nervous. When you've studied for a test, you're more likely to ace it. Preparation is the foundation of confidence. Asterisk, take Maria, a small business owner from Miami. Before launching her bakery, she spent months perfecting her recipes and studying the market. When she finally opened her doors, she felt confident because she knew she'd put in the work. So, whether you're preparing for a job interview or a big presentation, remember, confidence isn't magic. It's the result of hard work and preparation. The role of failure. Why falling down makes you stronger. Asterisk, let's talk about failure. It's not the opposite of success, it's part of the journey. In fact, some of the most successful people in history failed countless times before they succeeded. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. The difference, they didn't let failure define them. They used it as fuel to keep going. Asterisk, meet Chris, a high school basketball coach from Denver. Chris tells his players that every missed shot is a step closer to making the next one. He says, failure isn't the end, it's feedback. And that mindset has helped his team win 3 state championships. So the next time you fail, don't give up. Use it as an opportunity to learn and grow. The power of community. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. Asterisk, finally, let's talk about the people around you. Confidence is contagious. When you surround yourself with positive, supportive people, you're more likely to feel good about yourself. On the flip side, toxic relationships can drain your confidence and leave you feeling small. Asterisk, take Lisa, a nurse from Boston. Lisa used to hang out with a group of friends who constantly criticized her, but then she joined a running club where she met people who encouraged her to chase her goals. Today she's training for her first marathon. So, take a look at your circle. Are they lifting you up or holding you back? Remember, you become like the people you spend the most time with. The role of gratitude. How appreciation boosts confidence. Did you know that gratitude can actually boost your confidence? It might sound surprising, but studies show that people who practice gratitude regularly are more likely to feel positive about themselves and their abilities. When you focus on what you're thankful for, you shift your mindset from what's wrong to what's right, and that shift can make all the difference. Asterisk, take Rachel, a marketing executive from Los Angeles. Rachel started a daily gratitude practice after feeling burned out at work. Every night she writes down 3 things she's grateful for, big or small. Over time, she noticed that she felt more confident and less stressed. Why? Because gratitude reminds us of our strengths and accomplishments, even on tough days. So, grab a journal and start writing. You might be surprised at how much it changes your outlook. The impact of small wins. Why celebrating progress matters. Confidence isn't built overnight. It's built through small, consistent wins. When you set achievable goals and celebrate your progress, you create a positive feedback loop that boosts yourself. Think of it like climbing a mountain. You don't start at the top. You take one step at a time, and each step gets you closer to your goal. Asterisk, meet David, a freelance writer from Atlanta. David used to feel overwhelmed by big projects, so he started breaking them into smaller tasks. Every time he completed a task, he celebrated, whether it was with a cup of coffee or a quick walk outside. Over time, those small wins added up, and David's confidence grew. So, the next time you're facing a big challenge, break it down, and don't forget to celebrate your progress along the way. The power of visualization. See it to believe it. Here's a technique used by Olympic athletes, CEOs, and performers. Visualization. Visualization is the practice of imagining yourself succeeding at a task before you actually do it. When you visualize success, you train your brain to believe it's possible, and that belief can translate into real-world confidence. Asterisk, take Jessica, a public speaker from Dallas. Before every speech, Jessica spends 5 minutes visualizing herself on stage, calm, confident, and engaging. She imagines the audience applauding and feels the satisfaction of a job well done. And you know what? It works. Visualization helps her feel prepared and confident, even in high-pressure situations. So, the next time you're facing a challenge, take a moment to close your eyes and picture yourself succeeding. Your brain will thank you. Asterisk, the role of physical health. How taking care of your body boosts confidence. Asterisk, confidence isn't just mental, it's physical too. When you take care of your body, you feel better about yourself. Exercise releases endorphins, which boosts your mood and energy levels. Eating nutritious food fuels your brain and body. And getting enough sleep helps you think clearly and stay focused. In short, when you feel good physically, you're more likely to feel confident mentally. Meet Tom, a software developer from San Diego. Tom used to feel sluggish and unmotivated, so he started prioritizing his health. He began working out 3 times a week, eating more fruits and vegetables, and getting 7 hours of sleep each night. Over time, he noticed a huge difference not just in his energy levels, but in his confidence too. So, if you're feeling stuck, start with your body. A healthy body can lead to a confident mind. Asterisk, the importance of authenticity. Why being yourself is the ultimate confidence boost. Asterisk, here's the truth. Trying to be someone you're not is exhausting, and it's a major confidence killer. When you embrace your authentic self-flaws and all, you free yourself from the pressure to be perfect, and that freedom is incredibly empowering. Asterisk, take Sarah, a graphic designer from Portland. Sarah used to try to fit in at work by mimicking her colleagues' styles and opinions, but it left her feeling drained and insecure. Then she decided to embrace her unique perspective and creativity. And you know what happened? Her confidence soared, and her work improved. People appreciated her authenticity, and she felt more fulfilled than ever. So, don't be afraid to be yourself. The world needs your unique voice. Asterisk, the role of lifelong learning. How curiosity builds confidence. Asterisk, confidence isn't about knowing everything, it's about being willing to learn. When you approach life with curiosity, you open yourself up to new experiences and opportunities. And every new skill or piece of knowledge you gain adds to your confidence. Asterisk, meet James, a retired teacher from Philadelphia. James always had a passion for history, but after retiring, he decided to learn something completely new, coding. At first he felt out of his depth, but he kept at it. Today he's building websites for local nonprofits, and he's never felt more confident. So, whether it's picking up a new hobby or diving into a new field, never stop learning. Curiosity is the key to growth. The power of saying no. How boundaries build confidence. Here's a lesson we all need to hear. Saying no is a form of self-respect. When you set boundaries and prioritize your own needs, you send a powerful message to yourself and others. I value my time and energy, and that message can boost your confidence in a big way. Asterisk, take Emily, a project manager from Houston. Emily used to say yes to everything: extra work, social events, you name it, but it left her feeling overwhelmed and resentful. Then she started setting boundaries. She learned to say no without guilt, and it changed her life. She felt more in control, more respected, and more confident. So, the next time you're tempted to say yes when you really mean no, remember, boundaries aren't selfish, they're essential. The role of humor. Why laughing at yourself is a confidence superpower. Finally, let's talk about humor. Being able to laugh at yourself is a sign of confidence. It shows that you don't take yourself too seriously and that you're comfortable with imperfection, and that kind of lightness can be incredibly freeing. Asterisk, take Mark, a stand-up comedian from Chicago. Mark says that learning to laugh at his mistakes both on and off stage has been one of the biggest confidence boosters of his life. It's helped him connect with audiences, bounce back from failures, and enjoy the journey. So, the next time you make a mistake, try laughing it off. It might just be the confidence boost you need. Asterisk, self-confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about believing in yourself, even when things get tough. It's about taking small steps, silencing your inner critic, and surrounding yourself with people who believe in you. So, the next time you're feeling unsure, remember, confidence is a skill. And like any skill, it gets stronger with practice. You've got this. Asterisk, confidence isn't they will like me. Confidence is I'll be fine if they don't.